Good day everyone. Today we have the 2025 Nissan Terra VL. This is going to be a full in-depth review of the Terra. We're going to go and tackle the interior, exterior, and engine details of the Terra. So once again, this is PatrickReyesTV. Let's go and start. Now with the key fob around the vehicle, you could lock and unlock the doors with this button right here. So 1 beep means locked and 2 beep means unlocked. There you go. Now on the inside of the Terra, the door sidings have plastic materials right here and leather inserts on the grab handle. And you have a very similar window controls as on the Nissan Kicks, as you can see. Storage compartment right here, bottle holder, and your Bose speaker right here. And this one has an 8-way seat adjustment for the leather seats right here. So you have your seat position, height position, recliner, and your lumbar adjustment. Now, as you can see, the leather material right here is quite unique. You actually see this sort of a similar design on the all-new Nissan Patrol. Only this one comes in a black leather. But you have here this elements of design right here that's kind of similar as on the Nissan Patrol, which is quite nice. White leather stitching right here. Let's go and hop in. Now on the inside of the Nissan Terra, you would have your key fob inside in here. And with that inside, you could start the accessories with this push start right here. So you're now currently in accessory mode. Nissan logo shows up on the head unit. Once more for ignition. AC turns on as well. And of course, to start the engine, just put your foot in the brake and push the button to start. There you go. So before we go and check out the interior, let's go and check out the exterior first by turning on the headlights, fog lights, and the hazards. Now all windows are fully electric and only the driver's side window is automatic up and down. Ladies and gentlemen, meet the 2025 Nissan Terra Sport. Nissan's boldest take yet on the midsize SUV segment, with an aggressive look, upgraded features, and a performance built for adventure. At first glance, the Terra Sport demands attention. Nissan has taken the already rugged design of the standard Terra and injected it with a more aggressive and sportier stance. The blacked-out V-motion grille, smoked LED headlights, and a redesigned bumper give it a more intimidating presence. A gloss black finish on the grille and accents create a sleek yet tough aesthetic. The Terra Sport's blacked outside mirrors seamlessly blend into the overall darkened theme. The roof rails, also finished in black, not only enhance its utility but also complement its sporty aesthetic. The strong body lines running along the doors emphasize its dynamic and aggressive design. We also see the new 18-inch black alloy wheels paired with high-profile, highway terrain tires ready to take on the city streets with maximum comfort. The wheel arches are also more pronounced, adding to its off-road ready vibe. At the back, the Terra Sport keeps the black theme as well. It has the smoke LED taillights, a gloss black tailgate garnish, and a redesigned block rear bumper. A subtle yet sporty roof spoiler adds a touch of aerodynamics, while the black lower bumper and skid plate reinforce its rugged nature while maintaining that blacked-out look. The 2025 Nissan Terra Sport is an SUV that is truly bold and elegant. Its mature look, blackout aesthetic, and refined details make it one of the most stylish mid-size SUVs on the market today. Whether you're cruising through city streets or heading for an off-road adventure, this SUV is designed to turn heads. So let's go and pop the hood. The Nissan Terra Sport comes in one engine option, which is the YD25 2.5-liter inline 4-cylinder turbo diesel engine. It produces 190 horsepower at 3,600 RPM and 450 Nm of torque at 2,000 RPM. It is paired with a 7-speed automatic transmission with manual mode. It comes in rear-wheel drive or Nissan's intelligent 4x4 system, whichever you prefer. Acceleration time of 0 to 100 kilometers per hour is clocked at around 10 seconds with a top speed rating of 195 kilometers per hour. It has a mixed fuel consumption rating of 13 kilometers per liter with a fuel tank capacity of 78 liters. Now on the inside, you're greeted with a 4-spoke leather steering wheel right here. And this leather right here feels very high quality as well. You have side extensions here for better grip. And you also have a flat button right here for that sporty feel. Steering on the other hand is on the harder side, which is very normal for this type of vehicle. The steering wheel could also be adjusted manually for tilting purposes. It has no telescopic function. Horn button. And on the left side of the steering wheel, you have controls mainly for the gauge cluster right here, which we will tackle on later. You have previous and next, volume buttons. So as you can see, the layout of the buttons right here is actually 100% the same with the Nissan Kicks, whichever I upload first. On the right side, you have cruise control, voice command, and your phone connectivity. There you go for the steering wheel. And on the back, you have your headlight controls. You have auto mode, which I showed you earlier, fog lights, and your wiper controls. Now, this one also has auto mode as well. You have front wiper and the rear wiper in here as well. Very simple. Now let's go and check out the gauge cluster. So first and foremost, you have two analog gauge clusters right here. You have your tachometer on the left side and your speedometer, and right on the middle is your display screen. Now with that display screen, you could control that with these controls right here on the steering wheel. So first and foremost, this is the main screen right here, and you have different tabs. This is the home button with your digital speed right there. On the right, you have your fuel economy. So you have your average consumption, which is not accurate, by the way, because this is a test drive unit. So a lot of the times, this one is on idle, and it would give you a higher figure right there. So this is not the actual figure. And this one is for your off-road use. So you could see how the vehicle is tilted to the left and to the right, and how upright your vehicle is. Right now, it's currently in a 0 degree, meaning we are in a very straight road. And on the fourth category right here, you have a digital compass, and we're now facing in the middle of south and southwest. Audio right here. If you have Bluetooth connected right here or Apple CarPlay, the title of the music would probably show up right here. And this one is your active driving assist. So your blind spot is in there, forward collision, and lane assist. So you know those drills. We have been doing this since 2022, and this one has that safety system as well. Now the driver assistance, this is where a bunch of settings would show up. Let's go and tackle it one by one. So first on the settings is driver assistance. So again, this is mostly the safety system that the Nissan Terra has to offer. So you have emergency brake, lane assist, blind spot, parking aids, cross traffic alert, driver attention alert, which I most likely need when driving long road trips, and also a low temperature alert, which I'm not so sure of what that feature is for, but it's there. Going back, eco mode setting, tire pressure monitoring system, clock, vehicle settings. So you have a bunch of controls right here for you to personalize your preference with the lighting, the turn indicator, locking, and the mirrors. So you have a 3 flash pass, which is a European standard where you actually do not press this all the way, and you would have 3 turning signal indicator beeps right there, giving a signal that you're going on a different lane. So you have that feature as well. And so going back, you have maintenance in there. You can probably see the interval of your maintenance. Customize display. Welcome effect. Of course, we would want that turned on. And what else? So you have unit language. You could probably have kilometers per hour, miles per hour, PSI, bar, Fahrenheit, and Celsius for the temperature. So a lot of personalization on the gauge cluster right there. But we're going to use the standard kilometers per hour and degrees Celsius because we are in the Philippines. So that's for the gauge cluster right there. And going here on the middle, you have a 7-speed automatic transmission with actually a manual mode. So if you want to go to manual mode, just shift it to the left, and you could now shift manually with this gear lever right here. Push it up and you would have an up gear. Push it down and you would have a down gear. And when you put the gear in reverse, you would have your rear backup camera with your 360 camera that would show you around the vehicle. So if someone is spying on you, you would see it right there. And go to park and it would go to the main screen. That's simple. Now right here on the middle is the electronic parking brake and some slots right here, probably for some accessories if you want to put something in this Terra. Now, one unique feature of the Terra, which I didn't see in some of the SUVs that on this segment has, is it has an automatic control for folding the seats on the middle seats, which I will show to you later on. But you have this one right here, just in case, you want to fold down the seats right here from the front. Here on the center of the center console, you have a wireless charger, which is pretty nice. And right here is also your shift lock, just in case you want to tow your vehicle. You just press this and you could adjust the gear lever to neutral if you want to have it towed. Right here on the bottom is your 12 volts DC outlet, 2 USB chargers, one type C, one type A, and this one is connected to the head unit just in case if you want to have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Now right here is a rear cooler switch, so if you want to turn off and turn on the AC on the back, you could have that as well in here. Now for the air conditioning controls, it's quite simple, very easy to understand. You have 2 knobs right here, mainly for the adjustment of both temperatures. Now, the Nissan Terra comes with your dual zone climate control, meaning the temperature on the passenger side could be differentiated from the driver's side. So if your wife wants it to be in 26 degrees and you want it in 23, you could have that option. That's simple. And with the one push of a sync button, you would now both have 22.5 degrees Celsius on your temperature. So this one has auto mode, on and off, front and rear defogger, fan speed adjustment, different zones, and your recircular vents right there. So that's for the AC system. Now for the head unit, this is what got me off guard. The head unit right here is kind of not so common shape, and it actually looks very nice. It has that glossy feel and glossy look on the head unit, and we are in broad daylight right now, and this one doesn't have any tints at all. But even with that, all the sun going on the inside, the brightness of the screen is very visible, which is a nice touch from Nissan. So going back to this one, this is actually powered by an 8-speaker Bose speaker system. So I would assume this one would have a very great sounding speaker, which we will see later on in this video. Now going back to the head unit right here, first and foremost, this is the home screen. You have a bunch of features right here. Of course, you have your offline maps, just in case you don't have any data or you're not fond of using Google Maps or Waze, you could always have this option right here. If you're going on the mountain where signal is not evident, this one would really be helpful in your journey. So going back, you have that offline maps, AM, FM, And this is search place of interest or point of interest. And this one is your one touch go home button. You want to set the location of your home with this system right here. Just press this and it would give you a route going back to your home. So that's simple. Now let's try listening to some music and go to FM. I can see you with me when I'm older. Now, we don't want any copyright going into our video, but that 5-second sound of that 8-speaker Bose system is absolutely amazing. You have tweeter speakers there for that clarity and vocal that punches right through your ears, and the door speakers that actually gives the middle and the bass, which is enough for that great sounding speaker. As you can see, the music earlier was a bit soft, but it had that power going around the Nissan Terra's interior. So great sounding speakers. Compared to the Nissan Kicks, this one is a lot of a greater speaker compared to the Nissan Kicks. So props to Nissan on that one. Going back to the head unit, so we have that as well. Clock right here, different settings. You have Bluetooth connection, of course, and you could connect your phone wirelessly, contact your contacts wirelessly, and play music wirelessly as well. Customize home menu, so you could adjust your widgets and your applications depending on your preference. I'm not really sure if I would do that, but it's there. You could also customize your audio sources right here. You could drag them down like so. Not so sure how this works out, but yep, you could do that as well. And of course, you could also adjust the sound right here. Now you have the bass, treble, balance, fade, and speed sensitive volume right here. So a lot of settings for you to adjust with, and the speed sensitive is actually very nice, just in case you're going on a higher speed and you'd probably turn up the music a lot more higher just to compensate the wind noise outside. Usually we would turn up the music just so we could hear it, but with the Nissan Terra, you don't have to do all that inconvenience, because Nissan Terra is actually very smart for you and very convenient for us to just have the speed sensitive volume, and it would adjust depending on the speed of the vehicle. Now going back, a lot of settings right here. You have a one-touch camera system right here. So even if you're not in reverse, you could have your camera access right there to see the rear, the 360 camera, and the sides as well, and the front. So that's a nice feature. And also, the offer right here, a system updates. Now, Nissan is also doing this system updates for you as well. So that's a nice feature. This one is for the night mode, auto. You could adjust the brightness level. And that's for the head unit of the Nissan Terra. Now going here for the dashboard, this one is an updated version of the dashboard. It's more streamlined and it's more upright, giving it a more macho look, I would say. But on the middle right here is a leather insert, which actually adds to the premiumness of the car. You get that same white stitching right here that goes through the armrest and the seats right here as well. Soft touch leather, plastic material right here on the top. Now, you might be asking, this is a vehicle worth more than $1 million. Why do they have to insert plastic materials? Well, honestly, I would prefer plastic materials right here on the top, just for the longevity and the durability of the car. Especially here in the Philippines, where heat is a bit intense, and softer materials on the dashboard would probably destroy the lifespan or the longevity of the dashboard. And even if this one is plastic, this one feels actually a really good plastic quality material. So that's a nice feature. You have speakers in here as well, speaker vents right there. Here on the left side is your gauge cluster illumination light adjustment. You could adjust the brightness level right here. Fuel door opener, trip reset, parking sensors, and on the bottom is your traction control off and on. Here is your auto folding side mirrors, side mirror controls, and as you can see, this one has the blind spot monitoring as well. So as you can see, that logo right there would actually turn orange just in case there's a car on the side. Whichever side mirror you are in is probably not visible to the side mirror, making it a blind spot. So if that turns orange, it means that you have to be a little bit more safer going on the other lanes. Here on the top is your digital rear view mirror. So this one actually is a dual purpose rear view mirror. So once you press this up, this would have access on the rear camera on the back, and it would display the rear of the car. And you could also access to different menus right here, such as the brightness. This is probably the angle of the camera right there, left and right. There you go. So that's it for this rear view mirror, and just press this down back again and it would turn off the display and you would have mirror for the back. Right here on the top is your sunglass holder, map lights, LED lights, window visors with vanity lights and vanity mirrors. There you go. And all that driving safety is right here in this panel right here. So that front collision, that lane departure is right here. Of course, together with the camera system all around the vehicle. So I think that's about it on the front. Now let's go and check out the rear seats. Now, as I have mentioned earlier, this one right here, you have an access to actually folding down the seats. Now, let me show you that magic. For this one, you just pull it, and this one would automatically fold down like so. You could do it on the other side as well. And you would now have easy access on going to the rearmost seats. But before we go and check out the rearmost seats, let's go and check out the middle seats first. Door sidings, by the way, has the same design as well as in the front, as you can see. Same chrome accent, leather inserts, and a bottle holder. Door speakers in there as well. Now here on the back is, well, you have space in here, good amount of space, and headroom is quite good as well. I am 5'8", so not a problem for me. And you also have a standard armrest with cup holder in here as well. So that's nice. And the seats could actually be adjusted as well. You could adjust it going to the front and the back. Very nice customization. And you could also recline this and have a more relaxed seat here on the middle seats, which is quite nice. Now right here on the back, you have chargers or ports right here for you to charge. One type C, one type A, air conditioning vents in here as well, your fan speed controller, and this one comes in an 11-inch display right here, so you could watch or probably insert an Apple TV there if you want to. And it has an HDMI port right there on the back, so you could display whatever you want to put in there. That's nice. And here's the view of the 2025 Nissan Terra front cabin. So it's a bit more upright, a bit more matured looking, but it's still simple and elegant. So I really like how they upgraded the interior of the Nissan Terra. So let's go and check out the rearmost seats. Now here you have your third row seats, which honestly is not the best third row seats, I would say, because this one's actually, well, this have very little space for the foot. So this one's actually recommended only for kids. But yep, it's there. So if you want to use it, it'll be there. Going back right here is you have your HDMI port for that display right here, and USB charger and bottle holders right there. Air conditioning vents right here as well. Let's go and check out the cargo area. Now right here is the storage space on the back, just in case you have the third row seats upright as well. Well, a little bit of space right here, but if you could always fold down the seats on the third row if you want more space. And right here on the bottom is another layer of storage. 12 volts DC outlet. And this is actually the access to the rear fan if you want to change the filter of the rear AC. Now if you want to fold down the seats, you just pull this tab right here and it will automatically fold down like so, giving you more access on the back. So if you want to pull it upright, you have this long tab right here and pull it like so, and it would lock in place, and you would have the third row seats available for the third row passengers. So that's a nice neat feature right there. So we hope you enjoyed the full review of the 2025 Nissan Terra. There's a lot more to come, so please do subscribe, share, and like my videos. This is PatrickReyesTV signing out.